A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the National Winter Championships 2017. This is day number 4, the penultimate day. And we're looking to kick off the weekend in style. We've had 3 days of wonderful competition so far this week. Full of entertainment, full of drama. Something this championships isn't necessarily accustomed to, but we've had a very, very exciting time. Commonwealth times are on the line. That's the cause of a lot of the drama, as some of our top swimmers have either made or just missed out on some very, very tough Commonwealth consideration times. This is the last chance to get those times. This is the last 2 days where times count for Commonwealth selection. We've seen some wonderful moments as swimmers have hit those times, some tough ones as they've just missed out, and we're expecting to see more of the same over the next 2 days. Stephen Jameson with you this morning, Laura Winter here as well. We'll be taking you through this morning's action, on which we're expecting some more pretty high entertainment. Fairly short session this morning. Women's 200 IM, men's 50 breast, women's 200 back, men's 100 fly, followed by the women's 100 breast. We've then got a relay and the women's 100 free.
Our thanks to our sponsors and partners, without whom this event would not be possible. Funding partner, Sport England. Official partners, Tia, Merthyr Pools. Endorsed product, Sports Systems. And host city, Marketing Sheffield and Sheffield International Venues.
A light is ready to shine throughout Glasgow and Scotland once again, when 3,000 European athletes will come together before our eyes to bet our bests for bars to raise, where in one instant a lifetime of ambition lies. Don't miss the chance to be with them at this incredible event, to witness the beauty of one human's endeavour towards a single moment that will last forever.
So there we take a look at the schedule once again this morning. Women's 200 metres individual medley, men's 50 breaststroke, women's 200 metre backstroke, men's 100 fly and women's 100 breaststroke. We then have a 4x200 metres freestyle team event, and we end with the women's 100 metre freestyle, which should be a fine way to end this morning's heat. If those races can live up in any way to the men's 100 metre freestyle last night, the final, then we should be in for an absolute cracker. It was an unbelievable race, a tied gold from lanes 0 and 9. Plenty of us watching on the stream, watching inside the venue, have been around swimming an awful long time. And I know, speaking from personal experience, I'm not sure I've ever seen a final tied for gold in the 2 outside lanes. Incredible race, and we're hoping for more of the same, or more similar at least, this morning and this evening. Don't forget, we're live on the BBC for the final sessions. They start around about 10 to 5. We're broadcasting live on the Beeb, on the BBC Sports app, connected TVs, and the BBC Sport website. It's been wonderful to get the swimmers involved as well, which has been really fun. We had Amy Wilmot on the 1500 metres commentary with us yesterday evening. She's swimming already in the women's 200 IM as well. She's first up in the heat, so no rest for the wicked, as they say. So not too far away from the start of competition. A very good morning to all of you inside the venue, and a very good morning to all of you joining us on the stream on the Swim England website as well. And away we go then. This is, once again, one more reminder of what we've got to come up this morning. Stephen Jameson with you this morning alongside Laura Winter for the in-venue and on the stream. Very good morning to you, Laura. We're very much looking forward to this morning's session, I know. It's going to fly by, plenty to look forward to.
It is indeed. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone here in the venue and watching on the live stream at home as well. We have got an action-packed morning in store for you. The women's 200-metre IM to kick things off. The race very much on to join Siobhan Marie O'Connor on the Gold Coast next year in April for the Commonwealth Games. Abby Wood, Molly Renshaw, Amy Wilmot, names to watch there. Bit of splash and dash in the 50s before the women's 200 backstroke, men's 100 butterfly, women's 100-metre breaststroke, the 4x200 freestyle relay for men, and then finally the women's 100-metre freestyle. A lot at stake today, and indeed for some of the juniors here swimming too. Hopefully PBs and experience aplenty.
So our swimmers look like they're all warmed up and ready. The crowd in Ponds Forge is building up nicely. I know me and Laura are certainly ready. The one group we're missing is our officials. So ladies and gentlemen inside the venue here at Ponds Forge, please do welcome our referees and their team of technical officials to the poolside. Please welcome our officials for this morning. Your starters for this morning's session are Robin Butterfields and Victor Guerra. Our referees for this morning's session are Helen Akers and Stuart Murray. Officials, you may be seated. Now we can see our swimmers starting to make their way out onto poolside. Our first event this morning, the women's 200 individual medley heats. There you see the start list for our first heat. Let's get straight into it, shall we? This is the women's 200 metres individual medley, and this is heat 1. Looking forward to this 200 metres individual medley, my personal favourite event on the swim programme. It's fast, it's furious, it's varied. Races change all the time, particularly with the youngsters in the early heat. Should be a good one, this. We've got Caris O'Reilly from the city of Leicester in lane 0. Krista Wilson of Newcastle goes in 1. Ella Chan from Bournemouth Collegiate goes in 2. In 3, it's Sophie Freeman from Colchester. In 4, Isabella Rennick from Millfield. In 5, Tilly Hanson-Hamilton from Guildford. In 6 is Gaurika Singh from Tribhuvan. In 7, Charlotte Wynne-Jones from City of Milton Keynes. And in 8, it's City of Manchester Aquatics' Olivia Clare. Well into the backstroke now after the first initial fly leg, and going nicely in lane 5 is Tilly Hanson-Hamilton from Guildford. Cracking along fairly nicely as she reaches the halfway point of the medley. She leads by 66.14, not a huge amount, so leads by about 0.6 of a second. And a little bit of change, but fairly close race as we come into the breaststroke, and this is where you can see the race really start to bunch up. Strong breaststroke is always essential for a medley, and in the sprint medley especially. Strong breaststroke can make a huge amount of difference, but for Tilly Hanson-Hamilton, she's still maintaining a very comfortable lead here in lane 5. The rest of the field is bunched up, but they remain behind our leader, Tilly Hanson-Hamilton, who will turn onto the freestyle for home. She's tailed by Olivia Clare in lane 8 from the City of Manchester Aquatics. In lane 1, going nicely, is Krista Wilson of Newcastle. Those are the girls in 2nd and 3rd, but can anyone catch Tilly Hanson-Hamilton? I'm not sure they can. Gap is fairly large heading into the final 30 metres or so. Real emphasis on these swimmers in the first few heats to swim as fast as they possibly can. They know they're not necessarily going to make finals this evening. It's very, very tough for the youngsters to do that, but it's all about the heats for them. How quick can they go? Tilly Hanson-Hamilton, 2:24.05. Gets a good ripple in the crowd, that one as well. Should be pleased with that. 2:24.05, a long drop inside her entry time. Congratulations to Tilly there. Olivia Clare from the outside lanes picks herself up as 2nd place, and Sophie Freeman picks up 3rd, but a big smile on the face of Tilly Hanson-Hamilton. She's pretty pleased with that. Confirm results as we move ourselves on to heat number 2. And away we go. On heat number 2, Amy Mead for Nova Centurion goes in lane 0. Charlotte Rigg of the City of Birmingham is in 1. India Western for Norfolk Viking is in 2. Betsy Wizard of Northampton goes in 3. Charlotte Robinson for the City of Leeds goes in lane 4. In 5, it's Olivia Norman from Colchester. 6 is Alexandra Bartley from Boldmere. Mia Leach of the City of Peterborough goes in 7. In 8 is Georgina Dennis from Mount Kelly. And in 9, South Croydon's Amy Davies. Good start in lane 4. Charlotte Robinson from the City of Leeds in the yellow hat. She's tailed not by much, but it's fairly close here actually. As they come into the backstroke, the lead really has shrunk, and making a play here is Mia Leach from the City of Peterborough, just towards the top of your picture there in the blue hat. She's going along quite nicely. So too right on the outside, Amy Davies looking good in this one as well. Coming to the 4 in the backstroke, it's Betsy Wizard as well, but there's your leader, as you can see at the top. Amy Davies looking very, very good. 68.22 the split after the backstroke. It's her, Mia Leach and Betsy Wizard who lead the way. Charlotte Robinson, after an excellent fly leg, just dropped off on the backstroke, but she'll be hoping to regain on the breaststroke, and that's exactly what she's doing. She's really starting to pull through the water there and rejoin the leading trio. And also going nicely in lane 2 is India Western on this breaststroke leg. And how often do we see at the breaststroke such a leveler? And all of a sudden we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 swimmers with Charlotte Rigg in lane 1 from the city of Birmingham, who are pretty much neck and neck here as they turn onto the freestyle. Going to be pretty close indeed, this. Here we go then. Charlotte Robinson managed to turn over that lead, and she's back in the lead into the freestyle. 1:52.06 with a split 600ths of a second ahead of her nearest rival. Going to be a close finish. India Weston was in second, Mia Leach was in third, Amy Davies remains in contention as they come towards the wall. Going to be a right royal rumble for first place. Amy Davies might be a bit of an outside smoker here in lane 9. She's going to touch in first. What a good swim. 2:24.54 for Amy Davies of South Croydon. Really nicely done. Big drop for her as well. Seated initially in the outside lane, of course, in this one. Very nicely done indeed. Charlotte Robinson, the youngest in the field, does manage to get herself a third place. Betsy Wizard was second in the end. But Amy Davies able to chill out on the wall. She was that close to it. She's our winner. 2:24.54, the confirmed time. As we move on with heat number 3.
Heat number 3, nice and cleanly underway here. Heat 3 of 6 in this opening event of the morning. In lane 0, Lana Brockhoven of Plymouth Leander. Lane 1, Megan Malloy of Enfield. Lane 2, Olivia Heron, Stockport Metro. Lane 3, Elizabeth Kingham, City of Birmingham. Lane 4, Freya Colbert, Nova Centurion. Ruby Palmer swims in lane 5 for City of Leeds. Ellie Wheeler in lane 6 for Basildon Phoenix. Amy Corcoran in lane 7 for Kingston Hull. Lane 8, Honey Osrin of Plymouth Leander. And lane 9, Olivia Butler, City of Bristol. Amy Corcoran then with the fastest start over the fly for Kingston Hull. She touched 30.73 for the 50. Freya Colbert though, fastest entry there in the centre of the pool in lane 4, not far behind. She's coming into this with a 2:23.19. Turned in the fly in 30.88. And nothing could separate her from Elizabeth Kingham. One lane next to her. Kingham turning in third now, fourth at the halfway point after the backstroke. Honey Osrin, the swimmer who has come through here, 1:06.01. Her time as these 10 ladies move on to the breaststroke leg, and indeed the leg in which all things can change. It really is a leveler, and you start to see those who favour the breaststroke really come through and make their mark. Freya Colbert then of Nova Centurion. She has her green hat ahead at the moment. Lane 3 also going well, Elizabeth Kingham. Up in lane 8, Honey Osrin still having a very good swim here, but just faded slightly over the breaststroke. All to play for now, though, on the freestyle. The sprint for home begins. Freya Colbert leading the way so far. Freya Colbert then 25 metres to go, and she's got half a body length or so over Elizabeth Kingham in lane number 3 next to her. She'll be able to just about see the splash in the arm stroke of Kingham, and knows that she has got this heat well and truly sewn up. Coming under the flags then to touch the wall. 2:21.74 for Freya Colbert, inch time of 2:23.19, so well inside that. Kingham second, 2:23.31, and Honey Osrin hung on in there in lane 8 to take third position. 2:24.56 for Honey this morning. A great heat. Congratulations to Freya for the win there. Results confirmed for you. We move on to heat number 4. Heat 4 then underway, and we begin to get to the business end of this event this morning. Lane 0, Madeline Hardingham of Newcastle. Lane 1, Anna Doughty at Loughborough University. Lane 2, Eleanor Morris of Atlantis. Beth Aitchison swims for Loughborough University in Lane 3. Kayla Sanchez, one of the Canadians over from HPC Ontario, swims in Lane 4. Katie Matz swims in Lane 5. She's had a busy meet for Stockport Metro. Constance Dean swims in Lane 6 for Maidenhead. Olivia Gardner for Ellesmere swims in Lane 7. Lane 8, Rebecca Burton of Loughborough University. Lane 9, completing the lineup here, Rebecca Kleins, City of Leeds. And so with the fastest start, Katie Matz of Stockport Metro. And we do have a few swimmers missing, Beth Aitchison being one. Constance Dean as well. Katie Matz turning quickest here. She's had a busy meet. Just one of the many impressive ladies that Stockport Metro are putting out here at the National Winter Championships. So all eyes on those centre lanes then. Katie Matz and Kayla Sanchez very much in a tussle here. And behind her, Eleanor Morris touched third at the backstroke. As we said though, the breaststroke so much a leveller. And now it's Rebecca Kleins in Lane 9 who's come through so nicely there on that breaststroke, really moving through the field well. But now here comes the strength of the Canadian. And within 25 metres, she has moved well away from Katie Matz. Very impressive indeed. Kayla Sanchez then coming to the wall. She will touch first over this heat to the 200-metre individual medley. 2:15.37. Katie Matz 2:16.87. And in third, Rebecca Kleins after that stunning breaststroke swim. 2:20.28 for the swimmer from Lane 9. Kayla Sanchez takes the win. Her time coming into this a 2:12.64, so I'm sure we'll see her better that in the final. Katie Matz in second, Rebecca Kleins in third. Results confirmed for you. We move on to Heat 5.
And away we go with our penultimate heat in the women's 200 metres individual medley. Some quality swimmers in this one. Lily Buckhead from City of Bristol goes in 0. Holly Shepherd from Royal Wolverhampton School is in 1. Kate Clifton, City of Sheffield, is in 2. Alicia Wilson from Guildford is in 3. Abby Wood from Loughborough Uni goes in 4. In 5, Molly Renshaw from the Loughborough National Centre. In 6, it's Amy Bell from the City of Sheffield. Tori Sock from Wirral Metro goes in 7. In 8, Ali Larson from Camden Swiss. And in 9, City of Peterborough's Amelia Monaghan. So a couple of names immediately recognisable in the middle of the pool, in particular to Loughborough swimmers, different clubs, but Abby Wood and Molly Renshaw, both of whom have secured qualification standards. Molly Renshaw has secured herself qualification to the Commonwealth Games next year. Abby Wood secured a time in the 400 IM on day number 1. She was third in that race. That's how good standard that was. We'll see the winner of that, Amy Wilmot, in our next heat. But taking this out is Alicia Wilson in lane number 3. She's going along really nicely in the white cap there for Guildford. It was worth keeping an eye out on Amy Bell as well, the youngster from the City of Sheffield. Always seems to swim very well in this pool. It looks like it's going to be one of the 3 in the middle who will take this home. Alicia Wilson touches in first, Abby Wood, then Molly Renshaw in second and third. It's a pretty even race this. Abby Wood will back herself on the freestyle here in the final leg. Molly Renshaw did well with her breaststroke to push up with the leaders, but her freestyle isn't her strongest stroke, and that's where the other two might just have the advantage. And Abby Wood indeed looks to be trying to make that advantage count as she pushes towards the wall with Alicia Wilson. Gonna be very close for the touch, but I think Abby Wood gets there. She does. 2:15.43. Molly Renshaw glides home in third. Amy Bell in fourth. Tori Sopp in fifth position. Nice swim there from Abby Wood to take the win in the heat. She'll be back later on this evening. 2:15.43, just touching out Alicia Wilson. Time for our final heat of this event. It's heat number 6. Just about a full complement in the pool for this one. Michaela Glenister goes in lane 0 for City of Leicester. Neve Robinson from Mount Kelly goes in 1. Laura Stevens, Plymouth Leander goes in 2. Georgia Coates from Bath National Centre is in lane 3. Hannah Miley from Aberdeen goes in 4. Amy Wilmot, winner of the 400 metres individual medley, is in 5. Emma Day, Loughborough Unis, in 6. In 7, it's Eleanor Cohen from Wickham District. In lane 9, it's Bethany Walker from City of Lincoln. Strong start being made in lane number 6. That's Emma Day in the black cap there from Loughborough University, just ahead of Amy Wilmot in lane 5. Hannah Miley with a little bit of work to do in lane 4. She was the quickest entrant into this event, hence her seeding in lane 4 of the final heat. But she has got a little bit of work to do on the breaststroke and the freestyle, something, of course, she's no stranger to. Has done a lot of events this week, Hannah Miley. She's been very busy throughout the programme. Going nicely in lane 2 is Laura Stevens of Plymouth Leander. Had the pleasure yesterday of chatting to the Deputy Director of Swimming now at Plymouth Leander, Roberto Pavoni. Talking about the good work that's going on down there on the south coast. Lots of changes and improvements they're looking to make. Laura Stevens just a part of that. As they come in towards the turn here for the freestyle, it's Amy Wilmot who has the lead. Can she do the medley double, I wonder? That'd be some going with the 200 and the 400. She comes back towards home. She looks in a strong position to do so. Hannah Miley now will join her to compete. These two have battled against each other for what seems like decades now. It's been a real battle between these two every single medley. Wilmot versus Miley at national championships. It's always such a good race. It's going to be another good one, I think, in this one. Going to be close for Emma Day, but she's going to get touched out by the other two, Wilmot and Miley. Wilmot just going to hold on ahead of Hannah Miley. 2:15.77. Hannah Miley stops the clock at 2:16 dead, and Emma Day is in third position, just ahead of Georgia Coates. But just from looking at the heats of this one, the final could be an absolute cracker. Great swim from Amy Wilmot, who takes the win in lane number 5. Event summary is available on the scoreboard for you in venue. We take a look at the confirmed times of heat number 6. 2:15.77, the winning time for Amy Wilmot, Hannah Miley and Emma Day in second and third. Should be a cracking final, that, later on this evening. And time to move on, though, to our next event. This is the men's 50 metres breaststroke. Blink and you'll miss it. It's heat 1. Just a short delay here ahead of the heats of the men's 50 breaststroke. Should be an interesting field, this one. Not an event with a consideration necessarily for Commonwealths, but performance here in the heats and tonight's final might just put them in the minds of some of the selectors. And it looks like down on the pool deck we're not too far away from being ready, so we will join the officials down on the pool deck, and we look like we're ready to go with our next event. It is the 50 breaststroke for the men, and we start as ever with heat number 1. And away we go in our first heat. Joseph Thompson 1, Matthew Hardick 2, Lewis Metzeler 3, Jackson O'Rourke 4, Sam Perkins 5, Louis Edwards Pratt 6, Pravin Mahendra Kumar 7, and Douglas Kelly in lane 8. Strong swims in the near side, in particular lanes 1 and 2. That's Joseph Thompson and Matthew Hardick going pretty well. Challenge coming in lane 6 as well from Lewis Edwards Pratt. Don't think he's going to get there close enough though. He does get second place. Matthew Hardick does take the win, 31.74. Joseph Thompson just touched out there by Lewis Edwards Pratt. And confirmed results are available for you. Matthew Hardick takes the win, 31.74. We move on to heat number 2. Here we go in heat number 2. Reed Jones is in 0, Lewis Binning in 1, Jack Williams in 2, Sandra Pogny in 3, Jacob Elliott 4, Ben Fannon in 5, Joshua Bristow in 6, Cameron White in 7, in 8 it's Jack Goodwin, in 9 Lewis Jones. Good swim here from Ben Fannon in lane 5, one of the Fannon trio from Plymouth Leander, who quite literally making waves down south, and they're looking to do it on a national scale. He's just going to be touched out there. It's a really nice swim from Cameron White in particular. Joshua Bristow went with him. And Ben Fannon just touched out into 3rd. And in fact, there has been a disqualification in that event, and it is in lane 5. So the top 3 is therefore altered. It's White, Bristow, and Goodwin. And we move on to heat number 3. Rapidly away in heat number 3. Cameron Williams in 0, William Ellington in 1, Thomas Lehman 2, William Mitchell 3, Jan Gerber 4. In 5 it's Andrew Hosey, 6 is James Brett, 7 Finian Trahane, 8 Jason Ashley, and 9 Charlie Trotman. Good swims in the middle lane in particular here, lanes 4 and 5. That's Jan Gerber and Andrew Hosey. In 4, Jan Gerber going along really nicely. He's going to take this a bit of a canter. It's a really good swim this from Jan Gerber. How quick can it be? 32.9. Really nicely done there from Jan Gerber. Not too far off his entry time. He was the only swimmer who had dipped below the 30-second barrier before. He wasn't too far off doing it in the heats there. Heat number 4.
Here we go then, heat number 4 of 6 this morning of the 50-metre breaststroke for men. Of course, one man very much dominating this one, Adam Peaty. Not here, though, over at the European Short Course Championships in the centre of the pool. Charlie Atwood, David Murphy coming in with the fastest times, 27.89 and 28.37. And it is these two who have got themselves in front. Atwood in lane 4, the fastest entry, and looks like he's going to come out the fastest in the heat as well. 28.21 for Atwood. David Murphy, 28.36. Third goes to lane 9, Leven Veal from Totnes, 29.44. The results confirmed. We move on to heat 5. Heat number 5 underway. Lane 0, Joel Thompson. Lane 1, Robert Cowley. Lane 2, Marcus Gardner. Lane 3, Oliver Taverner. Lane 4, Lewis Clifford Stevenson. Lane 5, James Wilby. Lane 6, Callum Smart. Lane 7, Harry Devlin. Lane 8, Robert Lancaster. And lane 9, Adam Frost. As expected then, Clifford Stevenson and Wilby, the two out in front. Can Wilby get the touch here? I think he will. Really rallied in that last 10 metres or so, 27.86. Clifford Stevenson in second, 28.13, and Taverner takes third from lane 3, as expected, 28.96. That one very much going to script. Results confirmed for you. We move on to our final heat, heat number 6. Final heat then, lane 0, Conor Bryan, lane 1, Gregory Butler, lane 2, Liketh Prima, lane 3, David Trickett, lane 4, his speciality, Lawrence Palmer swims for Putteridge, lane 5, Chris Steeples, lane 6, Neil Redman, lane 7, Thomas Speed, lane 8, George Hopkins, and lane 9, Joseph Murray. And look at that, Lawrence Palmer really making this one his own, coming up to the wall, 27.78 he swims, just a few tenths outside of his entry time. Chris Steeples takes second, 28.47. And in third, Neil Redman, 29.23. Results confirmed. The event summary up on the screen for you guys as well here in the venue.
No great surprise there to see Lawrence Palmer in his fastest event looking imperious, 27.78. He loves the 50 breaststroke. Very, very quick over that distance and very, very difficult to beat. As our swimmers in heat number 6 found out to their cost really there. Excellent swim from Lawrence Palmer. The event summary should be on the scoreboard in the venue for you very soon. We just take a look at the confirmed results of heat number 6 on the stream as well. 27.78, that confirmed time. That'll be easily good enough for the final. Lawrence Palmer puts him in prime position as well. Don't forget, we've got a relatively short session for you this morning. Lots of very quick races. We've got the women's 200-metre backstroke coming up for you, followed by the men's 100 fly, 100 breast, and 100 freestyle round out the individual events, as well as an 800-metre relay. We do move on to our next event, though. This is event 403, women's 200 metres backstroke. This is heat number 1.
Heat number 1 then underway here. We've got 7 heats of the women's 200 backstroke for you. Just 3 swimmers in this one. Lane 3, Amelia Monaghan of City of Peterborough. Lane 4, Erin Donnelly, Borough Stockton. Lane 5, Isabel Hume of Northampton. And these 3 ladies making their way down the first 50. Turning first, Donnelly, lane 4. 33.5, she splits at the 50. Monaghan just behind 33.87. Hume a little under the pace at the moment, 34.57, but often you will see backstrokers going out relatively relaxed over that first 50 and perhaps trying something new. We spoke to Molly Renshaw last night here in the studio and she was saying she still, even in this point in her career, is trying new things, looking to work hard on that back 50, that back 100. We talked to Amy Wilmot about negative splitting as well, swimming the second half of the race faster than the first, and this is the chance for youngsters to actually try those things out and see what works. This is where you make those mistakes, or indeed where you find a race plan that works for you. Donnelly and Monaghan then still in control here, 110.41, 110.43 respectively. Not much splitting them. The third 50 where they will start to make moves, very much like the breaststroke is on the medley. The third 50 quite often decisive as they come here to their third and final turn. Monaghan then has come through here in lane 3. She just made a move there on that third 50 and now has half a body length or so over Donnelly next to her, who's just beginning to bounce ever so slightly. 25 meters or so to go, and coming back very nicely indeed is Hume as well. She's really motoring down the final 50, and beginning, I think, to take this from Donnelly. Coming under the flags then, we will see Monaghan touch in first. What's the time? 2:24.99. Isabel Hume, brilliant final 50. We talked about working that back 50. That's exactly what she did there. 2:26.01. Donnelly third, 2:26.50.
Yeah, a couple of super swims in that one. Amelia Monaghan takes the win. No confirmed results. We can look ahead now to our upcoming heats. As the swimmers from Heat 1 just make their way out of the pool and clear the path for the next bunch to arrive. This is Heat number 2. And we're away here in the second heat, the women's 200-metre backstroke. A bit more of a fuller complement in the pool in this one. In lane 1 from Basildon and Phoenix is Ellie Wheeler. And 2, Millie Glossop from the City of Sheffield. In 3, Sophie Freeman from Colchester. Already seen her swim this morning in a 200-metre individual medley. Not much respite for Sophie either, with just a men's 50 breast in between that. Sophie Shaw then goes in lane 5. She follows Imogen Mears in lane 4. In 6, it's Charlotte Prince-Rayner from Winchester. 7, it's Lauren Stott from Hatfield. And in 8, it's Emily Ford from the City of Oxford. But look at this for a start from Sophie Shaw from Mid-Sussex. Really, really quick opening 100. 67.2 is not bad going at all, and if she can look to keep the same sort of pace, she'll be on for a very, very quick time indeed. It's going to be tough though. She's gone out very, very quickly. As Laura was alluding to in the last race, quite often swimmers and coaches will try new things and experiment with different tactics. Sophie Shaw evidently going out very, very quickly. No feeling her way into this race. She went straight from the gun. It's a good turn as well. 1:44.68 as they return home. Charlotte Prince Rainer in second. Sophie Freeman in third position. Lane 4, the quickest into this race was Imogen Mears from Bromley, but she's got, I think, far too much work to do to get herself up into second or third. Going nicely in lane 8 is Emily Ford. There's your leader. Sophie Shaw from Mid-Sussex, looking pretty composed. She's just starting to be reined in, though, by Sophie Freeman from Colchester, who's had a busy morning. I think she's just going to run out of pool to do it. Sophie Shaw holds on 2:22.52. Really nicely done from Sophie Shaw there. And that's inside her entry time as well, which stood at 2:23.17, so shaved half a second or so off that. Sophie Freeman has been very busy and gets herself a second place for her trouble as well. 2:22.76 her confirmed time, and once again that's inside her entry time as well. So our swimmers are leaving nothing in the pool, that's for sure. Really impressive stuff from our youngsters. We can now move ourselves on to heat number 3.
Here we go then with heat 3 of 7. Lane 0, Izzy May Reeves, City of Sheffield. Lane 1, Michaela Glenister, City of Leicester. Lane 2, Matilda Mayrick, Norfolk Vikings. Lane 3, Olivia Norman of Colchester. Tilly Hanson-Hamilton swims for Guildford City in lane 4. Charlotte Wynne-Jones swims for City of Milton Keynes in lane 5. Lane 6, Olivia Burrow, Exeter City. Lane 7, Charlie Jones, Royal Wolverhampton. No lane 8, Kate Butler swims in an outside lane on her own there. Lane 9, Stockport Metro. And it is Reeves in lane 0 who's had the quickest start over the first 50. Sometimes over a 200 backstroke, you've just got to get out there and see how you're feeling, blow out the cobwebs. That's exactly what Reeves is doing in lane 0, 32.75. She opens up in, has she gone out just that little bit too hard? She's going to have to hang on here. Matilda Mayrick coming through in second at that turn. And still we're with Reeves at the bottom of your screen here in lane 0. 1:08.34, she turns in for the 100. Olivia Burrow coming through from lane 6, 1:09.23 at the 100 in second, and Mayrick still up there, 1:09.31. A super swim though from Reeves here. If she can hold this pace, if she can stay out there, if her legs and arms don't fall off over this final 70 meters or so, we could be seeing a very fast time indeed from the City of Sheffield swimmer. She knows this pool very well indeed. 2:22.38 the time she came in on as she turns now with 50 meters left to go. This is where it can all go wrong if you have gone out too hard, and Reeves has got to dig very deep indeed now, gritted teeth to get through this one. And believe me, you are counting the ceiling slats as you come under them here. She's looking in control though, very smooth indeed. She'll be wanting that wall, she'll be hoping for it. Sucking in the oxygen there as she comes down the final 15 meters or so. Fantastic heat swim from her. The race is on behind for second and third, but Izzy May Reeves 2:20.54 this morning. Very impressive indeed. Mayrick comes through for second place, 2:23.62, and in third, Tilly Hanson-Hamilton, 2:23.66 from lane 4. Izzy May Reeves though, what a race. She looks very happy indeed as well.
Yeah, well, you would be, wouldn't you? See, we've seen a couple of those this morning of some brilliant outside burners, and that is the definition of 220.5. It's fantastic from Izzy May Reeves. She's dropped just shy of 2 seconds off her entry, which is no mean feat whatsoever. Great win for her as well, and really well appreciated as well by the crowd inside Pond's Forge this morning. Really nicely done from Izzy May Reeves. You can see the start list there for our next heat, which is heat number 4. That's coming up for you in just a few moments. And away we go with heat number 4. And we're way in our next heat, heat number 4. It's Charlotte Fletcher Stables of Northampton who is in lane 0, getting a good start, I might add, as well. Pia Murray from Ellesmere College Titans is in lane 1. Honey Osrin from Plymouth Leander is in 2. Hannah Marley from Harrogate is in lane 3. Tegan Drew from Plymouth Leander is in 4. Phoebe Lenderyou from Newcastle goes in 5. Jessica Shaw from Birmingham Uni is in 6. Rachel Anderson of Millfield goes in lane 7. Anna Smale from Ellesmere College Titans is in 8. And Alice Barton from Team Bath goes in lane 9. Quick start being made by the swimmer in lane number 5. That's Phoebe Lenderyou from Newcastle, going along very nicely indeed. Birmingham Uni swimmer Jessica Shaw in lane 6 isn't too far back. Neither either is Tegan Drew. And still having a good swim, by the way, in lane 0, Charlotte Fletcher Stables. Don't rule her out just yet. Still a long way to go in this one. It's been an excellent start from Phoebe Lenderyou. We've got swimmers all over the pool really competing in this one. Pia Murray also going well in lane 1 alongside Fletcher Stables. And there you see how close it is. It is Lenderyou who leads, but not by a lot. In fact, the 4 swimmers behind her touching in almost in unison. Going to be a good final 40 meters or so. This Lenderyou is just starting to flag a touch, and coming up on her left shoulder is Jessica Shaw in the red cap of Birmingham. Tegan Drew is not going to be far away there in the silver cap of Plymouth Leander, just starting to make ground on Lenderyou, who wants that walk more than anyone right now. Strong finish though from Tegan Drew. Looks like it's going to be enough. It's going to be anyone's for second, but Tegan Drew strong in the final 50 meters in particular. 2:17.38 is not a bad time at all. Well inside her entry time. Big smile on the face of Tegan Drew. Those results confirmed. 2:17.38. Got some of the Plymouth Leander lot quite close by us here in the studio. They've got big smiles on their faces as well. Great swim from Tegan Drew. Once again, some top swimmers coming up in our later heats. Looking forward to watching this next one. Quite a few names to look out for in heat number 5 coming up in just a couple of moments. In fact, let's have it right now, shall we? This is heat 5.
Heat 5 underway, and a very familiar name indeed, swimming in lane 0. Hanuman for Aberdeen. Caitlin Bergen, she's had a few fantastic swims already this meet for Stockport Metro, swims lane 1. Tia Ward in lane 2 for City of Leeds. Anna Main swims in lane 3 for Woking. Lane 4, one of the contenders for this, Jessica Fullerlove from Bath. Lily Bosley swims in lane 5, City of Sheffield. Lane 6, Eleanor Baldwin, City of Derby. Lane 7, Chatelle Austin, Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 8, Neve Page for Newcastle. And lane 9, Abby Lowe swimming for Chelmsford. And out there already, Jessica Fullerlove. She contested the 100 backstroke already this week, swimming very well indeed. She won silver at the British Championships as well this year. She's coming into this in fine form indeed, and chasing that consideration time of 2:10.17 for this women's 200-metre backstroke at the Commonwealth Games. Lizzie Simmons, the one swimmer to have already been selected, and over the course of the next few heats and indeed the final tonight, we will see who is in contention to join her. Fullerlove 104.35 at the 100. Anna Main 106.02 in second. Lily Bosley in third 106.43. And those three in the centre of the pool at the moment, out there in front. But Jessica Fullerlove is going for this one. She had around about 2 seconds or so at the 100. She now turns again with about 2 second advantage here. Her lead is increasing, and down this final 50, she is going to make them hurt even more as she begins to move away yet again. Coming through nicely though, trying to stick with her pace. It's Anna Main from Woking. She's not letting Fullerlove have this all her own way at all. And she is just about sticking there in there as well, as they come up with 15 metres left to swim, 10 metres left to swim. Keep your eye on the clock. It'll be a good indication of what kind of form Fullerlove's in as she just begins to ease down now. 2:14.98 she clocks in this heat. Anna Main 2:16.39. Lily Bosley in third 2:17.67. But Fullerlove looking very handy indeed. And indeed in contention as well for that consideration time of 2:10.17.
Yeah, great swim for Fullerlove. 2:14.98 in the heats is not bad going at all, especially considering she lost about a second in the final couple of metres there. She absolutely cruised home. She knows she's got more in the tank, but that's a very nice heat swim for Jess Fullerlove. Already been in terrific form this week, in the 100 in particular. We look forward to seeing her later on in the 2. There you see the start list for heat number 6, the penultimate heat of the 200-metre backstroke. Still got 2 left. And Rosie Rudin, quickest in qualification for this one. And let's see what heat 6 can offer us. Here we go. This is heat 6. Where we go in heat number 6, as I mentioned, penultimate heat of this women's 200-metre backstroke. In lane 0, we have Kira Barber from Wickham District. In 1, Caitlin Hubbard of City of Birmingham. In 3, City of Peterborough's Chloe Hannam. In 4, Rosie Rudin of the City of Sheffield. 5, Chloe Golding from City of Manchester Aquatics. Daisy Platts for City of Leicester goes in 6. Loughborough Uni's Emily Osborne is in 7. Amelia Sansom from Wickham District goes in lane 8. And Madeline Hardingham from Newcastle is in the far side in lane 9. Good start made in lane number 3. That's Chloe Hannam from the City of Peterborough. Going out pretty quickly here. Rosie Rudin in lane 4 alongside her, just about in second place, not by a lot. In the black cap and the red suits. Chloe Golding, who alongside Jess Fuller-Love, got the consideration time for the 100-meter backstroke. Brilliant swim that was from Chloe Golding. Technically finished in 4th in that race, as a couple of the Canadian swimmers got 1st and 2nd. We'll see Taylor Ruck, incidentally, in our next race. He's been very impressive. A group of swimmers from HPC Ontario with us this week in Sheffield. Lovely to have them with us. And by all accounts, they're enjoying themselves. I think it's just because they're used to the cold weather. But as we come towards the wall, this has been some swim from Chloe Hanuman of the city of Peterborough. Just how quick can she go? She did clock an entry time of 2:14.01. She's not going to be too far outside of that, you know. This is a quick swim in the heats, this for Chloe Hanuman. In lane 5, Chloe Golding going along nicely towards the back end, and Chloe Hanuman's going to touch in inside her entry time in the heat to the 200 back. That's some going. 2:13.48. That's the quickest we've seen so far. Really good from Chloe Hanuman. Chloe Golding and Rosie Rudin not too far behind and not too shabby either, with some good times for heats. 2:15 for Rosie Rudin, 2:14 for Chloe Golding. But there's your winner. And Chloe Hanuman allowing herself just to take something of a breather. She's very much earned it after that performance. Great race. A little bit of a fist clench as well from Chloe Hanuman, as well she might. Great swim to take the win in our penultimate heat. There we can take a look at the swimmers coming up in our final heat, the women's 200 back. Don't forget, we've still got a couple of quick fields coming up. We've got the men's 100 fly following this, and the women's 100 breaststroke as well. Still plenty to come on day number 4 of these championships. We move on though with the final heat, the women's 200 meter backstroke. This is heat 7.
Our 7th and final heat then underway here as we see some of the quickest swimmers in this field take to the pool. Lane 0, Olivia Butler, City of Bristol. Lane 1, Brodie Judge of Ealing. Lane 2, Sophie Hobber, City of Leeds. Candice Hall swims for Loughborough in lane 3. Lane 4, well, she's already won the 100 metre backstroke. What can she do here? Just 17 years of age from HPC Ontario, it's Taylor Ruck. Charlotte Evans swims in lane 5 for Loughborough University. Emma Bell, also of Loughborough, joins her in lane 6. Mia Slevin of Daventio in lane 7. Martha Dooley in lane 8 for Colchester. And Jessica Madonna of Ellesmere swims in lane 9. And very much as expected, going to form here, Taylor Ruck out the quickest over the first 50, 30.93. She turns in Charlotte Evans on her shoulder, 31.49. Just trying to stick with the pace set early doors by the very quick and in form Canadian. Candice Hall also up there as well. She's moved now into second, 105.84 for her at the 100, but setting the pace at the moment, it's Taylor Ruck, 104.32. And don't forget, we are looking at that consideration time for our English swimmers here of 2:10.17. Charlotte Evans comes in on a 2:10.35, so what can she do here today? She was in 4th at the 50 in a 105.92. And it'll be interesting to see how she takes this swim looking ahead to the final later, if indeed she does make it. At the moment, though, she comes into that wall quite slowly and just down on the rest of the field. So Ruck then, 138.90. Hall, 145.6 in second, and Sophie Hobber coming through, 148.9. Those three at the moment, lanes 4, 3, 2, looking good indeed. A bit of fight now from Charlotte Evans down this final 15 metres or so. Taylor Ruck, though, looking so smooth. She is cruising here to victory in this final heat of the backstroke. 2:13.51, she touches in. Sophie Hobber in second, 2:15.75. Emma Bell, 2:15.82. Candice Hall, 2:16.20 in fourth. Charlotte Evans in fifth, 2:17.66. But the winner there, and convincingly so in this heat, 2:13.51 for Canada's Taylor Ruck. Sophie Hobber in second, Emma Bell in third. Your results there. Confirmed up on the board. And soon we'll have our next event ready to go, the men's 100-metre butterfly.
And the event summary just up on the scoreboard in the venue as well. A good swim from Taylor Ruck. She's been very, very strong all week. Looking forward to seeing her later on. Time to move on to our next event. It's the men's 100 fly. The pace doesn't really slow this morning. We start, as ever, with heat number 1.
Men's 100-metre butterfly then, here we go, heat number 1. 7 heats to bring you this morning. Thomas Dugdale swims for Carnforth in lane 2. Lewis Binning in lane 3 for Romford Town. Nathan Woodrow, lane 4, City of Norwich. Lane 5, Calvin Fry of Millfield. Lane 6, Nathaniel Rodriguez of Sevenoaks. As they come in to the turn here, Woodrow in control, 27.50, he touches in. Coming in on a time of 1:01.21. So that is going out very quick indeed down that first 50 to touch in a 27.5. He could be on here to dip well and truly under that entry time he's got here. Also going well, Thomas Dugdale in lane 2 and Nathaniel Rodriguez as well. He's beginning to fade now slightly. We're seeing a rally from Binning, from Romford Town, but all going Woodrow's way. 58.79. What a swim from him. 1:01.21 he entered in on. Not only has he gone sub 1 minute, he has smashed 59 seconds as well. Woodrow then, 58.79. Binning in second, 60.16. Dugdale in third, 60.69. Super fast swimming straight up here. Impressive indeed from the 14-year-old from City of Norwich, Nathan Woodrow. Results for you, we move on to heat 2. Heat number 2 underway then. Michael Klimaszewski of Hatfield in lane 0. Lane 1, James Newman, City of Leicester. Lane 2, Ross Philp of Staines. Lane 3, Sean Sy of Millfield. Mason Honeysett of Basildon Phoenix swims in lane 4. His teammate swims in lane 5, Samuel Perks. Ewan Wilson swims in lane 6 for City of Salford. Luca Fankhauser swims for Guildford City in lane 7. Jackson Olin in lane 8 for Camden Swiss. Jay Cushion for Winsford completes the lineup in lane 9. Now at the 50, Samuel Perks was quickest out, 27.92 he turns in. But coming through very nicely indeed, we can see Honeysett from Basildon, 28.02, and it looks like he will get the touch here just narrowly over his teammate Perks. These two then, 59.90 for Honeysett. Perks, oh, close, no cigar, 60.11. And in third, we can see Sean Sy of Millfield, 1:02.10. Results confirmed, we move on to heat 3. Well, we're seeing some very quick swims already. 58.79 already the standard set from heat 1 by Nathan Woodrow. Samuel Saleh of City of Sheffield in lane 0. Colin Salaburko, St Felix School, lane 1. Elliot Day in lane 2 for Team Ipswich, lane 3. Jack Bowyer of West Suffolk, lane 4. Salvador Gordo of Plymouth Leander. Ruben Visder swims for City of Sheffield in lane 5. Lane 6, Tom Adams of Deepings. William Barber swims in lane 7 for Lincoln Vulcans. Raiz Wali, Plymouth Leander swims in lane 8, and his teammate Joseph Thompson in lane 9. Now going very well indeed. Visder, he's gone out for this one. 27.37. 27.17 from Jack Bowyer as well, but Visder coming through very nicely now on this second 50. Bowyer just fading slightly as they come to the wall. Visder fighting under these flags, and he will get the touch. 57.96. Jack Bowyer 58.66. And third for Salvador Gordo in the centre of the pool in lane 4. Visder, Bowyer and Gordo, your top 3 from this heat 3 of the men's 100-metre butterfly. Results confirmed for you. We move on to heat 4.
And underway then in heat number 4, men's 100 flight. Reed Jones, Plymouth Leander in lane 0. Not the first time I've seen him this morning. Will Morris in lane 1 from Tynemouth. In 2, Matt Richards from Royal Wolverhampton School. In 4, it's William Slawson from Wrekin College. 5, Ben Hooper, Hillingdon. In 6, Lewis Burris from Southport. 7 goes Edward Mildred of Northampton, and William Ellington of Millfield goes in lane 9 as they come back towards the finish. Strong finish it is going to be from lane number 5 as well. That's Ben Hooper of Hillingdon going along really, really nicely indeed. Alongside him in lane 6, the Red Hat of Southport, Lewis Burris, is looking pretty strong. William Slawson from Wrekin is finishing strongly, but it's not going to be enough to take the win off Ben Hooper of Hillingdon. Really good swim from Ben Hooper, 56.29, enough to take the win. Lewis Burris in 2nd, William Slawson in 3rd. Good swim that from Ben Hooper. And those are the confirmed results, 56.29 for the Hillingdon swimmer. Time to move towards the back end of these heats then. Heat number 5. There we go. In heat 5, James Wilkes of Leatherhead goes in 0, Jacob Jackson of Ellesmere in 1, James Baxter from Wickham District in 2, Oliver Maltby, City Milton Keynes in 3, Pools Jacob Peters is in 4, Cameron Brooks Clark of Sheffield is in 5, Dominic Waldridge in 6 from Exeter City, Rhys Dunn from Plymouth Leander is in 9, Bartek Karpish of Bristol is in 8, and Caleb Hughes from Loughborough Uni goes in lane 9. Quickest at the wall, it was Jacob Peters of Poole. He's swimming really, really well this week. Was excellent in the 200 behind James Guy last night. He's potentially an outside bet on the 100 fly. How quick can he go in the heats this morning? He's looking really, really strong. Good swim as well, 53.38. Nicely done from Jacob Peters, only just outside his entry time. He is in red hot form. Do keep an eye on him as we head on into the later stages tonight in the 100 flight. He's looking very strong indeed. Good to see. Just waiting for the confirmed results. Jacob Peters there anxiously looks up at the scoreboard. I think he knows. Still got 2 more heats of the 100 fly to come. We'll follow that with the women's 100 meters breaststroke. We then have the men's 800 meters freestyle team events. I'm looking forward to that one as well, because we've got a team from Belgium in that, which is nice to see. Should be a good race. And then we end with the women's 100 meters freestyle, which should be a great event indeed. In fact, last one, fast one, as they say. So don't forget, this morning, if you are with us in the venue on Ponds Forge, if you're watching on the stream, do get in touch with us on Twitter. The hashtag we're using all week is SE Swimming. And we've had plenty of interaction over the course of this week. Really been enjoying your tweets. Swim clubs getting in touch, congratulating their swimmers. And we have got some Lumi goodies up on the balcony today. If you fancy popping by on your way through into the stands here in Ponds Forge, we do have some Lumi lights to take a look at, and we may well be giving one away if you're lucky enough on Twitter as well. Hashtag SE Swimming. We'll be looking out for some good tweets. We're not going to give it away for a bad one. And if you do head up to the Lumi stand, we do have a raffle going on as well for some potential prizes. So do pay those guys at Lumi a visit. They're right next to us in the studio. Very nice people they are as well. Confirmed results are now with us. Jacob Peters, 53.38, the winner of that one. I can move on to heat number 6. Here we go then with heat 6. These guys made to do a little bit of a wait. They're straight into the pool with no delay now. In 0, it's Perry Gardner from Plymouth Leander. 1, Thomas Downs, Exeter City. In 2, Michael Gunning from Stockport Metro. In 3, it's Matthew Donville from Warrington Warriors. 4, Callum Jarvis from the Bath National Centre. 5, Sam Horrocks from City Manchester Aquatics. Then we have Eduardo Valsecchi in 6, Max McCusker in 7, Alex Borisavljevic from Belgium in 8, and Joel Thompson in lane 9. And as they come towards the wall here, it's a close finish between lanes 4 and 5, Sam Horrocks and Callum Jarvis. I think Sam Horrocks just got the touch there, yeah, 54.18. Good swim from Sam Horrocks. There you see the City of Manchester Aquatics man just touching out Callum Jarvis. 54.18. He can go quicker. He'll be very much seeking to go quicker later on this evening, one would imagine. Sam Horrocks wins it then. 54.18. Confirmed results as we now move ourselves on to heat number 7. Away we go in heat number 7 in lane 0, Freddie Clampett from Plymouth Leander. 1 is Luke Greenbank from Loughborough University. In 2, Jamie Ingram from City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 3, Kevin Walbach, Loughborough University. In 4, Federico Bediso from Mount Kelly. In 5, Sean Campsey from City of Glasgow. In lane 6, Daniel Savage from Northampton. In lane 7, Sam Daly from Mount Kelly. Lane 8, William Cole, City of Bristol. And in lane 9, Alistair Stout from City of Manchester Aquatics. As we come towards the wall, Federico Bediso again looking good. He's been in good form this week. Kevin Walbank touches in 2nd place. And Sam Daly touches in 3rd place in lane 7. As the confirmed results are on your screen. Just one for the venue. Can please have Calvin Fry from Millfield to the timing suite, please. That's Calvin Fry from Millfield to the timing suite, please. Event summary is now on the scoreboard for those of you inside the venue. And a good event that was as well, the 100 flight. Does fly by, very much not intended there, but looking forward to our next couple of events as well. 100 meters breaststroke and 100 freestyle. Quite a lot of quick events this morning. We do have a relay in the midst of all that as well. Time for our next event, event 405, the women's 100 meters breaststroke. We have a total of 6 heats for this one. We start as ever with heat number 1.
Here we go then with our next event of the morning, the women's 100 meter breaststroke. Full complement in the first heat as well. In lane 0, Eliza Powell of Bromley. Hermione Rowe swims for City of Bradford in lane 1. Charlotte Robinson swims for the City of Leeds in lane 2. Lane 3, Alicia Stevenson, City of Birmingham. Lane 4, Kerry-Ann Harries, swim Gwynedd. Lane 5, Camelia Stomanova, Borough Newham. Lane 6, Imogen Lambert, City of Bedfords. Lane 7, Isabella Fackle of Guildford City. Lane 8, Martha Bradley, City of Leeds. And lane 9, Madeline Duffy of Tynedale. And it is Fackle of Guildford City who's made a strong start here. 35.3, she splits at the 50. Just on her shoulder, a few hundredths, behind Imogen Lambert, 35.45. Also going well in lane 0, Eliza Powell at the 50 as well. These ladies pretty close together here, all very much in one line as they come up to the wall here. Keep your eyes on lane 7 and lane 1. That is Fackle and that is Hermione Rowe. It is Fackle who gets the touch. 1:14.86, 1:15.44 for Rowe in second. Powell takes third from lane 0, 1:16.52. Fackle came in on a 1:16.04. She comes out with a 1:14.86. Well inside her entry time here. Hermione Rowe also 1:15.44 inside her entry time. Nice swimming, ladies. Moving on to heat 2. Heat 2 of 6 in the pool, away nice and cleanly here. Lane 0, Amy Brown of Bournemouth. Lane 1, Abigail Miles, City of Sheffield. Lane 2, Charlotte Humes, Stockport Metro. Lane 3, Grace Skidman, Wirral Metro. Amy Mead swims for Nova Centurion in lane 4. Lana Brookhoven swims for Plymouth Leander in lane 5. Lane 6, Beth Williams, Thanet Swim. Lane 7, Sophie Payne of Hatfield. Lane 8, Louise Edmonds of Mount Kelly. And lane 9, Megan Daly of Wickham District, and it is Williams from Thanet Swim who has made the strongest start here. 34.43 her time at the split. Charlotte Hume just behind 35.15. And Williams going very strongly indeed, just 15 metres left to swim here. She is looking good, but watch out on lane 2 as well. Charlotte Hume coming through strongly under the flags here. And lane 0 with a late charge. That is Amy Brown. Williams gets the touch. Charlotte Hume in second, Amy Brown third. Williams then 1:13.91 for the Thanet swimmer. She came in on a 1:14.74, so under her entry time. Results confirmed for you. We move on to Heat 3. Heat 3, nearing the halfway point in this women's 100-metre breaststroke. Lots of short, sharp action for you this morning. Lane 0, Natasha Fenton, City of Oxford. Lane 1, Lily West, Bath University. Lane 2, Laura Hawkins, Royal Wolverhampton. Lane 3, Amelia Monaghan, City of Peterborough. Lane 4, Keelan Fitton, City of Leeds. Lane 5, Ayana Lawson, City of Milton Keynes. Caris O'Reilly swims in lane 7 for the City of Leicester. Michaela Stephen in lane 8, City of Derby. And Flora Perkin completes the lineup for Newton Abbott in lane 9. Lily West then with the fastest start, splitting 34.21 at the 50. Just a tenth behind, it's Lawson in lane 5. And just behind them, it's Hawkins in lane 2. And Lily West still looking very strong indeed here. Keep your eye on the top of the screen too. Flora Perkin in lane 9 going well. 4th at the 50. But at the moment, all going Lily West's way. It looks as though with about a half a body length or so under the flags, she will get the touch. 1:11.79 for Lily West. 1:13.5 her entry time. Big improvement. She looks very happy with that one indeed. Well done to you, Lily West. Flora Perkin in completing that heat. The results up for you. We move on to Heat 4.
Just before we look ahead to the swimmers in this race, just a quick one for our relay teams coming up in our next event. Please do make your way towards the starting blocks, please. That's all the relay teams towards the start. Thank you. Swimmers in this race then, good field as well. Charlotte Rigg in 0, Emily Wood in 1, Rachel Wilson in 2, Hannah Miley in 3, another race for her. Corrie Scott in 4, Katie Matz in 5, Rebecca Klein 6, Rachel Taylor's in 7, Amy Hodgson in 8, Olivia Heron in lane 9. And a really strong swim right in the middle there from Corrie Scott of Edinburgh University, looking really good. The swimmers gathered in that sort of typical arrowhead formation. Just threatening to break that in lane number 2 is Rachel Wilson, who's finishing very strongly for Derwent's side. And Corey Scott just easing off a touch here, might allow Katie Matz back into contention towards the wall, but I think she's just going to run out of pull more than anything else. Corey Scott takes the win in 70.38, good time as well. Hannah Miley on her left in 4th, and Katie Matz on her right in 2nd, and there was a tied 2nd place, actually Rachel Wilson with exactly the same time in lane 2. Corey Scott then takes the win as we look ahead to heat number 5. And away we go with our penultimate heat of this event. Women's 100-meter breaststroke. Heat number 5. Elizabeth Kingham in 0. Neve Robinson is in lane 1. Rebecca Burton in 2. Tatiana Bolonogov in 3. Imogen Clark in 4. Megan Morrison goes in lane number 6. Layla Black is in 7. Jemima Berkeley is in 8, and Danielle Gilbert is in lane 9. A quick start from Imogen Clark in lane 4. She swims at the Loughborough National Centre. Very quick breaststroker, and she'll be looking to get herself into possible consideration for the big one in April next year, the Commonwealth Games out on the Gold Coast. Got to go some to get that sort of consideration though. 107.81 is the consideration time. Sarah Vasey and Siobhan Marie O'Connor already selected. Imogen Clark will have to really impress tonight. She's done all right in the heats. 109.36 is certainly quick. Tatiana Bolonogov touches in behind her. Megan Morrison is good for 3rd. Layla Black just behind her. The good swim from Imogen Clark as she prepares for a big night tonight in the 100 meters breaststroke. Heat number 6. There we go in our final heat. Then Anna Lehman goes in 0, Lily Booker in 1, Amy Bell in 2, Georgina Evans is in lane 3, the Canadian Kiera Smith goes in lane 4, Annabelle Guy-Johnson, Marty W. Monson goes in 5, Grace Gilroy in 6, Laura Kinley is in 7, Anna Doughty in lane 8, and Maya Hall goes in lane 9. Seen Kiera Smith a few times this week. She's a particularly impressive breaststroker, been in really good form. Looked excellent last night as well in the 200 against Molly Renshaw. Going well in this one. A little bit of an outside lane here. Over in lane number 6 is Grace Gilroy, who's having a fine race. Just pushing through now in the final 25 metres is Kiera Smith, who's just put the hammer down. More than anything, looks like just to ensure the win, 1:10.09. And we know she can go quicker. She entered in a very, very quick time of 1:06, quickest in this field by quite a long way. And Kiera Smith looking in fine fettle this morning. That's a good swim. Take the win in our final heat, 1:10.09. So Kiera Smith takes the win, 1:10.09. Grace Gilroy just behind her, Annabelle Guy-Johnson in 3rd. And the event summary is on the scoreboard for those of you inside the venue, as we take a look at some pretty decent times indeed. Looking forward to that race tonight. quite a few of our heats have really given us something to think about heading into tonight's finals. Don't forget you can join us on the BBC, on the BBC Sport app, on the website and on connected TVs from just before 5 o'clock this evening. We have a relay before our last individual race though, and this is the men's 4x200 metres freestyle team event. Just one heat. This is heat number 1. And away we go. In this race, we've got City of Peterborough in lane number 2. They've got Harry Whiteman on the opener. Mount Kelly in lane 3 with Joseph Russell. Hatfield going lane 4 with Harry Constantine. And we've got the team from Belgium, Lacqua, who are in this one as well. They go in lane 5. They've got Elliot Suderman on their opening leg. Good start from Hatfield, in particular Harry Constantine going along very nicely. He's got Max Jelfs waiting in the wings in leg 2. He's just taking his time. Belgians in particular, they're taking a seat, looking very, very relaxed at the halfway point of the first 100. Hatfield split in the lead, 58.42. Mount Kelly just in behind him, 58.55 with Joseph Russell. We've got Alessandro Bediso to come next for them. They're just starting to hit the front with Joseph Russell. Elliot Suderman from Belgium is right up there with them, and so too Harry Whiteman from Peterborough. Fairly even race at the start of this one.
Fairly even and a fairly steady start. We had James Guy here in the studio on BBC Sport last night, and his one tip for the ladies about to dive in the final of this event was don't go out too fast, because you can look like you're swimming through treacle down that final 25 when all the lactic acid hits and suddenly your legs and arms fall off. At the moment though, a very, very even start. Very difficult to pick between the 4 teams as they come to the wall here through the last 15 metres on this, the first of 4 200-metre freestyle relay. Nice, clean takeovers. You do not want to be the swimmer to get your club disqualified. City of Peterborough then coming in first, 2 minutes, 0.71. Hatfield behind, 2 minutes, 8.8. 2:01.33 for Mount Kelly. And back for Belgium. 2:01.59 with a bit of work to do at the moment.
It's Miles Robinson-Young taking over for Peterborough, but taking over the lead is Mount Kelly in the lane next to him. Alessandro Bediso going along very, very nicely for Mount Kelly. Max Jelfs has taken over for Hatfield. He's just lagging behind a touch here. He's been overtaken by Lander Hendricks of Lacqua in the lane next to him. As they come towards the halfway point here, it is the Belgian team Lacqua who head into the lead. Nice to see one of our international guests taking a visit into the relays as well. We have seen a couple of the Belgian swimmers, in particular the Borissavljevic brothers, swimming quite a few of our races, and they've given some pretty good competition as well. Speaking of competition, a reminder, you can visit the Lumi stand today inside the venue for a chance to win the premium Wake Up Lights Lumi Body Clock Luxe. Now, light therapy specialists are Lumi, and they have a competition today, so do visit the stand inside Ponds Forge to enter. And they'll be more than happy to answer any questions and tell you all about their wonderful products. Inside the pool, though, going along very nicely. We see our final batch, or our penultimate, sorry, I should say, batch of takeovers. This is Alexei Borisavljevic taking over for Lacroix, Belgium, who leads the way in this one. Herbie Kinder for City of Peterborough is sitting in second place, as you can see there. And just behind them, pretty much neck and neck actually, James Woodward in the pink cap of Hatfield and Alex Mason in the white of Mount Kelly. But Alexei Borisavljevic is taking this one out and doing a pretty good job of it as well.
Yeah, very much so. They were fourth after the first leg and now coming through so strongly indeed. It's interesting to see how clubs pace this one, where they put their faster swimmers. Do you put them at 1 and 4, which is more of the traditional, typical way to do a relay? Do you front end your relay, put them at 1 and 2 and have the two faster splits out first? It looks to me as though the Belgians here have perhaps gone for a 2-3 and had them sandwiched in the middle over a longer distance. That means the bulk of your work, that middle 400 of the 4x2, you will really start to make moves, and that's exactly what they are doing in lane 5. Borisavljevic coming through now. No one else in shot there. He has built up an enormous lead here for the Belgian club Lacroix, who have come over here for the Winter National Championships. Brilliant to welcome so many international swimmers here. We've got Canadians, Qataris, Ukrainians. Great to see Swim England meets like this attracting some of the best swimmers around the world. And so behind the Belgians there is a race on. 5:33.2 the time for City of Peterborough at that turn. Hatfield swimmer James Woodward in the water. He's chasing and also trying to hold off the likes of Alex Mason from Mount Kelly, as these three domestic clubs now come into the wall, chasing down the Belgians, yes, but also trying to hold off each other. Of course, this is a race for lanes for this afternoon, but also a chance for some of these guys who perhaps aren't used to swimming relays, perhaps are development swimmers who will be swapped out in favour of some of the stronger swimmers in the squad later on. This is a chance for them to make their mark and to gain some truly valuable experience against what is a very good Belgian squad here.
Yeah, absolutely. Valentin Borisavljevic now in the water for Lacroix, and looking very, very good as well. There he is, very strong and powerful. We saw Alexei and Valentin perform in the 100 meters freestyle individual event for the men yesterday, and they look very, very good indeed. It's a good sample of some international competition, in particular for our younger swimmers who tend to be the ones who swim the relays. This is the sort of level that they want to put themselves up against. And Valentin Borisavljevic here looking very, very comfortable as he cruises in to his final length, and it's going to be a right old battle for second place. You know, there you see Nathan Hughes in the pink cap of Hatfield, Harry Noble from Mount Kelly in white, and Jamie Scholes at the bottom of your picture, all pretty much neck and neck for second. It's like a synchro event there as they turn for home. But no doubt about who is going to win this one. That is your man Valentin Borisavljevic and Lacroix, Belgium, who take the touch in 7:48.76. Only the heat, don't forget, so no prizes given out just yet. They're only competing for lanes, but I think it's safe to say Lacroix will find themselves in lane 4 a little bit later on. Strong finish here from Jamie Scholes. He's always got the stamina to compete in a 200-meter event, and he does take the touch for the City of Peterborough, just touching out Hatfield and Mount Kelly. A good race for second, third and fourth there. But there is Valentin Borisavljevic. Good swim from the man from Belgium, anchoring a very solid Lacroix team home to the win in the heats of the men's 4x2 freestyle relay. Still got one more individual event though, ladies and gentlemen, so don't go anywhere. Whether you're watching at home or you're watching inside Ponds Forge, we have the women's 100 free coming up. It should be a cracker, you're not going to want to miss it. And here we go. Let's roll straight into it. This is heat number 1 of the women's 100-meter freestyle. And away we go. In this one, this is the first heat of the women's 100-meter freestyle. Steph Millward in lane 3, the S8 para swimmer, who swims out of the Corsham Swimming Club. In 4, it's Rachel Anderson of Millfields. Olivia Marshall from the Isle of Man goes in lane 5. As we come towards the finish here, it's been a fine swim from Rachel Anderson, going along really nicely ahead of Olivia Marshall of the Isle of Man. Rachel Anderson was slightly quicker coming into this event, only by 0.02 of a second, and she has slightly improved that one. We'll just have to wait and see the confirmed times. It's definitely Rachel Wilson who touched in first, no doubt about that. Steph Millward comes in 65.64, which is a perfectly respectable time for the S8 swimmer. Very nicely done from Steph Millward there. As we look ahead to our next heat, which is, of course, heat number 2. And away we go in the second heat of the women's 100 free. A couple of City Leicester swimmers openers up in lanes 0 and 1, Michaela Glenister and Maisie Elliott. In 2, Alice Thickett from City Sheffield. 3, Imogen Mears from Bromley. 4, Annie Pearson from Nova Centurion. 5 is Bracknell's Charlotte Stevenson. Holly White from City Liverpool goes in 6. Sophie Yendall of City of Derby is in 7. Jodie Gittins of Wigan goes in lane 8, and it's Jodie who's had the best start there in lane 8, 28.67, 100th of a second ahead of Maisie Elliott in lane 1. This is similar to the final that we saw in the men's event yesterday, in the sense of the swimmers in the outside lanes being the most competitive here, the ones in the middle being left behind by our outside burners. Who's going to take the win as we come in towards the wall? Very, very difficult to call this. Might be Maisie Elliott in lane 1, could also be Sophie Yendall in lane 7. It's Maisie Elliott who gets there, 59.18, just touching out Sophie Yendall in 59.29. Really nicely done by your winner there, Maisie Elliott from the City of Leicester. Heat 3. Abby Lowe in 0 for Chelmsford. Tegan Child in 1 for Beckenham. Macy Lawrence, Basildon and Phoenix is in 2. Emily Arley from Borough Wharf and Forest goes in 3. Mia Slevin from Davencio Excel in 4. Dura Tanier from Plymouth Leander is in 5. Amy Davies from South Croydon goes in 6. Freya Colbert from Nova Centurion is in 7. Eleanor Dewhurst Anaconda is in 8. And in lane 9, it's Redditch's Amelia Rods. And it's Macy Lawrence who's gone out the quickest here in lane 2 from Basildon and Phoenix. You can see her there in the distinctive orange hat. And she's about a body length up on the rest of the field here. She's gone out very, very quickly. But right now is with the challenge, really, is she's got to try and hold on to that lead. Youngster from Basildon and Phoenix. It's going along very nicely. She's just been reined in a little bit. She's going to take a comfortable win. Good swim. 58.09 for Macy Lawrence. That's inside her entry time for Basildon and Phoenix. Mia Slevin was in 2nd place for Davencio Excel. We had a joint 3rd there for Tegan Child and Amy Davies. Those are the confirmed times. Macy Lawrence wins it in 58.09 as we move on to heat number 4.
Heat 4 of 7 in the pool and underway. Lane 0, Georgina Dennis of Mount Kelly. Lane 1, Anna Smale of Ellesmere. Lane 2, Kaylee Decker, Mount Kelly. Madeline Crompton swims for Stockport Metro in lane 3. Alicia Dingle, the fastest entry here for Royal Wolverhampton in lane 4. Maisie McCartney of Thanet Swim in lane 5. Lane 6, Jessica Podger, City of Bristol. Lane 7, Betsy Wizard of Northampton. Lane 8, Anna Podger-Gale of Camden Swiss. And lane 9, Mia Maspers of Team Ipswich. Turning quickest at the wall then, it's Crompton from lane 3 for Stockport Metro. And it is Crompton who has got that blue hat in front, also going very well indeed. She was 3rd at the turn. Now coming through is Georgina Dennis in lane 0. These two, then it looks like this is all going to be Dennis's coming under the line. Who will get the touch here between Dennis and Crompton? It's Crompton just by 0.03 of a second. 57.55 for the Stockport Metro swimmer. Mount Kelly's Georgina Dennis, 2nd, 57.58. Kaylee Decker, her teammate from the same club, 58.01 for 3rd. Great swimming, ladies. Results confirmed, and we move on to heat 5. Heat 5 then, and we begin to see some of those contenders for that Commonwealth consideration time. Lane 0, Jasmine McRae of Poole. Lane 1, Emily Barclay, Loughborough University. Lane 2, Alicia Wilson of Guildford City. Lane 3, Lauren Quigley, City of Liverpool. Rebecca Smith swims in lane 4 for HBC Ontario. Jessica Jackson swims in lane 5 for Plymouth Leander. Maya Westlake, lane 6, City of Sheffield. Lane 7, Darcy Deacon of Loughborough University. Lane 8, Rebecca Sherwin of Team Ipswich. And in lane 9, Amy Godsave of Hatfield. Going out very quickly indeed then, it was lane 4, Rebecca Smith, the Canadian, coming here in very good form indeed. Jessica Jackson though, right on her shoulder in lane 5, so eyes on the 2 centre golden lanes in the middle of the pool. Rebecca Smith coming through under the flags here, half a body length or so over Jackson. She takes it, 55.20. Jackson 2nd, 55.81, and in 3rd, it's Lauren Quigley. That consideration time to bear in mind here, 54.30. So what will we see tonight in the final? Moving on then, as the results are confirmed, to heat number 6. Away we go then with our penultimate heat here. In lane 0, Kate Clifton, City of Sheffield. Lane 1, Emily Horn, City of Glasgow. Lane 2, Anna Main of Woking. Lane 3, Emily Crane of Loughborough University. Kayla Sanchez, another Canadian from HPC Ontario, swims in lane 4. Anna Hopkin, Bath University swimmer in lane 5. Juliet Cassini of Plymouth Leander in 6. Freya Rayner, City of Sunderland, swims in lane 7. Jemima Hall here in Wickham District for lane 8. And fastest over the 50 was Anna Hopkin of Bath University, 26.3 she turned in. Closely followed by Crane and Sanchez, both splitting 26.7. And it is those centre lanes now who are coming through. Sanchez and Hopkin here. Who will get the touch? It looks like Hopkin it is. 55.14 for the Bath swimmer. Sanchez second, 55.33, and Crane third, 56.20. Those are your fastest 3 from this, the penultimate heat of the women's 100-metre freestyle. Results confirmed, and we move on to our final heat of the morning, heat number 7. Here we go then. 9 swimmers in the pool. Lane 0, Molly Allen at Loughborough University. Lane 1, Athena Clayson of Mount Kelly. Lane 2, Amy Grant, also at Loughborough University. Taylor Ruck, she's in some form this meet, swimming in lane 4 for HPC Ontario. Ellie Faulkner, what can she do here today? City of Sheffield swimmer goes in lane 5. Beth Aitchison of Loughborough University in 6. Lane 7, Elizabeth Harris, Stockport Metro. Lane 8, Kathy Latham, Thanet Swim. Martha Dooley swims in lane 9 for Colchester. Ellie Faulkner will be gunning for this consideration time of 54.30, but it is Taylor Ruck who is out in front and by some distance as well, coming through with 15 metres left to swim. 26.2 at the 50, 26.9 for Ellie Faulkner. All going Taylor Ruck's way here. 54.24. Ellie Faulkner 55.77, and Beth Aitchison in third, 56.21. Well, Taylor Ruck, the only swimmer so far this morning to dip under the English consideration time. Ellie Faulkner 55.77, but a tremendous PB in the 200 metre earlier this week, so I'm sure she'll be in some form and firing for the 100 metre later. The results there confirmed for you from that, the final heat of the women's 100 freestyle, and indeed the final heat of this morning's session here on day 4 of the Swim England Winter National Championships.
Well, there we go. We mentioned it be fast and furious, and it was certainly fun as well. Plenty of fast times, plenty of good swims, and it set up the final session really, really well indeed. Don't forget to join us, 4:50 p.m. on the BBC, online, on the app, and on connected TVs. Thank you very much for joining us in the venue inside Ponds Forge this morning. Those of you on the stream, very big thank you to you as well, and a big thank you to our officials. You may now leave the poolside.